Some of you know I'm a business leader. I ran all of Cox Communications. I was a former Army officer, Army Ranger, used to jump out of airplanes way back when. But my life, it didn't start off that way. I grew up in a housing project in Richmond, Virginia, a place called Wickham Court. And I tell people I only know 2 addresses. The one I live now in Virginia Beach and 2375 Amber Street, which is that little bungalow in that housing project in Richmond. And so, again, while I've been very successful in business and in the military, again, my life didn't start off that way. This month we're celebrating, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My mom died of breast cancer when I was 10 years old. She died in her 40s. My dad could not read or write. He had no formal education. My mom had about an 8th grade education. And so I had great teachers. And so I was the first person in my family to graduate from high school. Thanks to an ROTC scholarship, I went off to JMU. Go Dukes. Went off to JMU and I was commissioned as an Army officer. And again, I served my country for 8 years on active duty. And then I began a 26-year career in business. And I just didn't sit behind a desk. I was involved in really important issues throughout this community. Issues around education and economic development. I founded 2 nonprofits, Elevate Early Education and the New School for Elevating Early Education, because I know that this isn't just some talk. The reason why I'm standing here today to go from a housing project to running a billion-dollar company is because I had great teachers. And we had funding. And we had teachers who were listened to and valued. And we've somehow gotten away from that. We've gotten away from that. And you all know this. I'm preaching to the choir here. And so I could not sit on the sidelines any longer. I said, listen, there's some big challenges that we have here in this state. Diversifying our economy, making sure that we are fully funding education, making sure that we are investing in our transportation infrastructure so that we're not sitting in traffic all day long in front of every bridge and tunnel. Making sure, again, that we take care of our men and women who are coming back from these 2 wars, our veterans. We have politicians, unfortunately, in Richmond who do a lot of talking, but frankly, there's no action. There's no action. We have politicians who are more concerned, let's be honest, about the next election. They're more concerned about partisan politics. They're more concerned about their own selfish interests than the interests that we all care about. Things that we need to compensate teachers. We need to make sure that we're making sure that class sizes are such that we can teach. Those are things that are really important, but you have politicians who don't think that those things are important. And so, when I was in the military and even running a business, I didn't look at the mission or business objective as though it was a Republican or a Democratic issue. I just said, well, what was the mission? What was the business objective? How can we move things forward? How can we bring people together so that we did what was best for our employees, for the community, so that everybody could win? That's what's not happening in Richmond. And so that's why I'm running. We need leadership, not politics in Richmond. And again, I'm so happy that I got the endorsement of Virginia's teachers. I'm so proud of that. One of the most emotional points in this campaign is when I went to Richmond and I met with Roger, and some of you know Roger, Mr. Gray as I used to call him, but Roger was, he was a high school teacher at Huguenot High School when I was there. And I walked into this meeting in Richmond, and he called me, he said, Tim McCollum. And I'm like, okay, somebody's calling me Tim McCollum. If they really are calling me Tim McCollum, they must really know me because only people in my family call me Tim. And he said, Tim McCollum. And I said, I know this guy from somewhere, but where do I know him from? And he was a high school teacher at Huguenot High School. And so to get the endorsement of Virginia's teachers from the VBEA, I can't tell you how proud I am. We can get people in leadership roles in the Senate who will fix these issues that you all know need to be fixed. And so, again, I'm happy to be here, happy to be endorsed, and we have 20 days to make some changes in the Senate so that we can do what's right for our teachers, for our students, and for our future. Thank you, and God bless you.